Welcome into another edition of the Leadership Library, hosted by CEO and author Rocky Romanella. Rocky is the author of the book Tighten the Lug Nuts, The Principles of Balanced Leadership, and has over 40 years of business experience as a prominent member of the UPS Supply Chain Solutions team, as well as the CEO of Unitech Global Services. So sit back, grab your notebook, and take a seat, and get ready for this edition of the Leadership Library.
Welcome to the Leadership Library. I'm your host, Rocky Romanella. I know a lot of you are starting to get ready for the holidays. If you would like a great gift to give, we can send a copy of Tighten the Lug Nuts to that important person in your life. And if you'd like a signed copy of the book to give as a gift, reach out to me via the website or rockyromanella@gmail.com, and we can get a signed copy as a great gift for this year's holidays. So let's get into today's topic. This is kind of a double-edged sword. This is an interesting one. This one's about accepting your role and all that goes with it. Now, we'll talk about the 4 keys to this acceptance, but accepting your role when it's a role you like is a lot easier than accepting a role that sometimes that you take because the organization needs you to take it. It's part of a developmental step. May not be something that you really want to do, but you need to do. It's kind of like those classes in college that, or aren't the ones that you really want to take. I remember that, I went to St. John's University and we ended up with about 18 credits in religion and philosophy. And I remember thinking, well, I'm going to get all A's in this because someday when I'm sitting across from someone and they talk to me about working inside their organization, one of the things that I want to talk to them about is the fact that I got all A's in theology and philosophy, not because I wanted to become a priest or I enjoyed them. It's because I wanted to do well in the subjects that I really wouldn't have taken if I didn't have to take them. I did good in management because I liked management, or if I was a history major, I liked history. So I think that we're going to talk about this topic as kind of a double-edged sword. But the acceptance is the same in either example, but think about these 4 keys of acceptance if you're taking on a role that you necessarily don't want to take but need to take. So I think the 4 keys of acceptance are A, accepting your leadership role and all that comes with it. So if you like the role, you're good with it. But if you don't like the role, you can't half-heartedly do it, right? You have to accept that role and all that comes with it. If this is a role I need to do, it's part of a developmental process, I need to accept it and be all in. Because if I'm not all in, everybody in the organization sees that, especially those in my care, and they're wondering, well, why am I going to follow this person if they're not all in? So accepting your leadership role and all that comes with it is such an important part of it. The second one is set clear boundaries for all to follow. So I'm going to take this role. I'm excited about it, or I'm going to take this role, and it's, you know what? It's what I need to do. I'm going to be the best at it. Someone's going to be the best at it. Why not me? Set clear boundaries. Make sure everybody clearly understands what we're trying to accomplish. What's the goals? What are we going to do here together to get to that next place? I think it's important. Number 3 is communicate effectively with everyone that you lead. Right, so you want to be a good communicator. If you like the job, you're going to be a good communicator. You're excited about the job, and you want to explain to people where we're going, why we're going there, how much fun we're going to have getting there. If you're not, then you got to be careful. You sometimes are like, hey, I got to do this, so let's just get it done. People read through that. And by the way, that's so demotivational for them because they may be in a role they really like, but now you're leading them and you're not really happy to be there. People see right through that. Take action to get results you want and need is number 4. Now, I'll tell you the way I know that people are in a role that they really don't want to be in. Here's the example, and tell me if you've seen it, heard this before. You've got a question and you walk into your manager or supervisor and you say to them, hey, why are we doing this? Or I don't understand why we're doing this. And they say, corporate says. They want us to do this. The administration wants to do us to do this. You know what that means? You just gave up your authority and you're no longer in charge. You don't want to be there. They said. When you accept your responsibility, you say, no, I believe this is the right thing to do. I understand why we're doing it. This is why we're going to do it. I'm all in. Let's go make it happen. Now you own it. When you say they said, you don't own it anymore, and the person looks at you like, well, I shouldn't be talking to you. Can I go to the they person and find out why we're doing this? So when a person gives up their authority, they haven't accepted their role. Don't be that person who gives up their responsibility or gives up their authority by not accepting their role and being the they person. Be safe. Talk to you soon.